I'm absolutely thrilled to be back here at Birdsall House in Yorkshire. The first time I visited, there was a massive renovation project happening. And now, a year later, I'm back because it's finished and I cannot wait to see the big reveal. When I married into the British aristocracy, it was the start of a wonderfully exciting journey. But for an American girl from a small town outside Chicago, that was also a little daunting.
I live with my husband Luke, the Earl of Sandwich, and our family at Mapperton House in Dorset.
Living in a place like this is a joy, but also a challenge. And every day we're aware that we're preserving a very special part of Britain's heritage. Mapperton has opened up an extraordinary new world for me, and I can't wait to share it with you all.
So if you love castles and manors and stately homes as much as I do, please join this American Countess as I journey into the British countryside in search of some of Britain's finest historic houses. From the outside, Birdsall House exudes Georgian splendor, but at its heart lies a 16th century home. Beneath, the historic basement has been transformed into a striking 21st century party venue. I couldn't wait to meet up with my dear friend, Lady Cara Willoughby again, and to see the completed restoration.
I've arrived. Hello. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it's so different.
Okay, I have been so excited about this visit. Now, I want to get my bearings because I remember walking in here before.
Yes.
And I don't remember a door there.
This is a window. So this is all dug in. We've had to dig this all out and put the new staircase in. This is a window, 1837. It was a door. So we've managed to get permission to make it a door again.
Okay, so I see how you did that. Because it had been a door before, because it's all about getting permission. We can't just bulldoze anything down. You were able to find out that it had been a door, and then you got the planning permission to recreate it.
Exactly.
That's clever.
So we've made a new entrance entirely separately from the house. So guests come in here. Sometimes they've been up in the house having a wedding or an event, and they don't know about down here. So they're thinking old school, stately home, and then they're like, right, let's go down and dance downstairs. And so they come in entirely separately down here, and this is a little bit prohibition because 1920s, that's where it is.
Love it.
And then come down, it's a completely different vibe down here.
Completely different. By the way, can we just focus quickly on the steps, because I love the sort of, it's almost like a fretting.
Exactly. So that's we've got some steps upstairs which are like that, so we've copied it so that we keep as much of the house in style as we can.
Yeah, that's amazing. So I've walked in here now. I remember these sinks.
Yes.
And I love it that you've kept so much of the original features. The stove there. Yeah. And then the sinks here.
We really wanted to keep the atmosphere, because if we got rid of it, then that was such a shame. So when we were talking last, we were trying to keep everything. It was really hard to see what it was going to look like. But we were trying to keep everything. So we've got everything. We've just polished up and sanded down and kept all the racks, and found more racks that were here that had since come off the walls and put them back up again. So yes, everything has just been cleaned and tidied and made back into working order.
I mean, that's amazing, because these were, of course, the old Victorian kitchens. They were used. I mean, how many people do you think at one point were working down in these kitchens?
17. Well, there were 17 house staff, so I don't know how many exactly were cooks and everything like that, but there were 17 house staff, but they were routinely cooking for 15 family members every day, because there were 13 children in that generation that built all this. Right. So that was 15 family members, and then they had their guests and extra servants of their guests and all that. So then it was a lot more every day. So you've got the old cookers, and then you've got another cooker that we've restored next door.
Next door. Okay, let's go see that. So wait, when I arrive though, what am I picking up here?
Glass of fizz.
That's what I thought.
Glass of fizz.
Great, excellent, fantastic.
And then through to the dance floor.
So I remember this glitter ball, like situated kind of like here.
Yeah, we had a table, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
With
And there were
plans on.
people working all around.
Yes.
Oh my gosh!
So this is the old stove that's been redone.
Look at this. It looks brand new. I mean, you know what I mean. It's
been redone, and we've taken off all this ironwork and we've put it onto a more solid box because the framework had died. So actually, my daughter has tested it out, and she can dance on there.
So you can dance on here.
Solid.
So this is solid to be danced
Well, someone
upon.
was always going to get up on that.
Of course they were. So people come in here, and this is where the dancing happens. I love it that you call it the old kitchens.
Yes, and that's my writing, so that's another thing.
What?
Me to bring something into it. That's the logo is how I write
You've
it.
got very good handwriting. Wow, I might hire you for some things at Macroton, but we'll talk about that later. The other thing I have really noticed here is not just the glitter ball, but you've got this whole kind of surround sound and light show going on. So this is a proper light show, proper acoustics.
Yes. So we've got proper acoustics. We've had to put all the fire stuff in, all the acoustic boards in, building regs and everything like that. But also we've got all the sound regs and all the lighting. So really good speakers. So the DJs and light people literally just plug in and go. That's it. And then we know that it's all working and it's all in one system and it's all synced and it looks really professional.
Right.
If someone had to bring it in every time, it just wouldn't work.
No, it wouldn't work.
So
exactly.
we've got it and we can do it.
Okay, that is incredible. And then can I look at all these features, these original features. It's amazing.
There's a warming oven, and that's all it's lovely fretwork down there as well.
It's lovely fretwork, exactly.
Yeah.
But I do need to point out the color. This color
green.
is sensational.
It's good green. Well, it's the colour that all the woodwork was in the house. So I don't know whether you remember last time we had green around the steam oven.
Right.
We've got green on all the shutters. So we've taken the same green and we've copied it, but it's also in the kind of paint that the walls could deal with because they're all breathable.
Okay.
So the whole thing has to be breathable paint. If you put normal paint on it, the whole thing would peel.
Right, of course.
So we've had to be really quite specialist. And again, we wanted quite a lot of the brickwork to be still showing, but we found that actually there's so much dampness in the walls that we've had to put up damp membranes.
Right.
And that's why a lot more has been covered than we had ideally wanted. But dealing with these houses like Pandora's box, you never know when you start a project where you're going to end.
Well, that's exactly right. And we know that damp can be a big, big problem in these houses as well. So better to tackle it now rather than
keep it longer.
Exactly, and keep it longer. Okay, so I'm dancing and I want to take a break.
Okay, let's go next door.
It's incredible. So good. Okay, so Cara, this actually was my favorite room when I toured before, when it was sort of not even functional.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's still my favorite room.
You haven't seen the other bits yet.
Oh my gosh!
But this is the old cook's office. So an office, study, so all those shelving units haven't been changed. They've literally just been waxed. That's it. Wow. Kept the colour, kept everything.
It's got the nice patina everywhere.
Lovely, isn't it?
It's
There's no point in
lovely.
changing something.
No.
Like that. And then these have stayed on the wall, but all the china's come from all of what was here already. So they're all the things that were used.
Really?
Absolutely. And then these have gone back up because do you remember they were in the middle of the floor?
I do remember. I was about to say I remember the
they
shelving
were in
units.
They've now gone back into place. And then this one has turned. We've taken the lower sort of shelf out and made it into a seating. So there's lots of seating here. It's quite near the dance floors, probably for the younger crowd because it's going to be a bit noisy.
Right.
But it's a really good sort of sit out and chill out space for everyone
It
to be in.
is so cool. It's just amazing. And I love it again that you're featuring, so much of the old kitchen within the new.
Yeah.
And
that's what we've got.
Right. Yeah. And that's what's so lovely. So remind me again, when did the old kitchens, we'll call it the old kitchens, when did it stop functioning as a proper kitchen?
Well, it was built in about 1873. That was the rough area, and then it stopped being used after the Second World War.
Okay.
But then it really did just stop being used. We've still had all the stuff. No one threw anything away, which was amazing. Right. So we've had all the teacups and all the plates and all the jelly molds. I love the jelly molds.
Yeah, I love the jelly. I mean, they're one of my favorites.
They're so fun, aren't they?
I know. And they're like properly done and properly made. So it was stopped being used after the Second World War. Was the house requisitioned for the Second World War? Yes,
partially.
Right.
Partially. So officers stayed in part of the house. The family stayed in the other part of the house with a whole load of refugees. And then we had 19 Nissan huts in the park, and it was a sort of turnaround camp. So they used to come back from the front, right, and then be assessed as to whether they were fit and capable of going back out to war, or whether they were injured or for whatever reason had done their time out on the front, and they went back home for whatever it was. So there weren't huge amounts of people here, but it was quite busy. And the kitchens were still being used, of course, because you had to feed the officers, you had the family, and you had people. Don't know whether they did their own catering. Right. I mean, the officers were in the house, so I presume they probably were fed. Right. Yeah. And then after the Second World War, we know so many things started to change, especially for big historic houses. Yeah. Well, that's when the staff came right down. There was one cook, one butler, I think, after that, and therefore they chose a place up in the main house, which is now our new kitchen, right, to cook there, because it was so much more convenient because there were so many less people to run it. But exactly. So, okay, right now this is my favorite room. I mean, I love them all. I don't want to, but I knew when I visited the last time, I knew that this room, just by seeing sort of this original piece with the patina and everything kind of put in the middle, and then you put it back up. Woo, love it. All right, which way, left or right? Let's go right, and we'll go through to the old pantry. All right, dance floor this way, yes. Old pantry this way. Yes. Staircase, I remember how we entered. Yes, exactly. So there's more bells there that we were talking about. Then we came down into here, and that was an old fire hydrant. Right, but very cool. Just to, it's just nice. It adds a bit of charm. Awesome. And now we're going through to the pantry. Okay, fantastic. Oh, I remember the pestle and mortar, but was it at a different place? Yes, it was over there, and we've just sunk it into here, so it's a bar that goes all the way down. So cool. There. And this is the old mahogany sideboard, which is great, isn't it? Everything's exactly as it was. So lovely, just that you've been able to repurpose so much. Okay, wow. So I'm walking in here. So this is the old pantry, and it used to be literally the old pantry. It was an old cold room. So this is where we do food. I remember this room. If you've been at a wedding, you've had food upstairs, so this is just evening. But if you've also just come down for a party, then we'll have a buffet, big buffet laid out. So it's finger food, and it's on a plate, kind of food, help yourself. And then you can either eat it at the bar, or you can take it wherever you want to eat it. Oh my gosh, it's fantastic. And I remember coming in this room. I actually remember this room as well. Nothing has changed in this room apart from a lick of paint and a clean up and lighting. But all these original kitchen sort of utensils. So these were all here. We had them out when we were building, but obviously we've put them all back in again now, and they were all here. The beautiful mixing bowls and your pitchers. Enamels. And these were taking the hot water up to all the bedrooms. They look like watering cans, but they're for the water going up to everyone's bedrooms. Things like that. Oh my gosh, and scales. You have the scales. Scales, and the old iron, and then there's a knife sharpener over here as well. Oh my gosh, that's like a beast. Compared to what we have today, it's fraction of the size. That's a knife sharpener. And then that's the old Victorian fridge. Looked at it properly, that you can't get it out. It's fixed in. Right, but it's a nice feature. It's a great seat. It's a fantastic feature. Yeah. Everything, and how you furnished it, and just keeping it in the style of the old Victorian kitchen, but of course giving it that modern look and contemporary feel that you feel that you're coming to. Well, they had no lighting at that stage either. Oh, you're right. So we were all gas lighting, so we then had to put all the lighting in, so that's all brand new. So we've tried to be as sympathetic as possible. Yeah, well, I was looking at all your lights, especially this one on a sort of wheelie system there. It's fantastic. Okay, food in here, and then where off to next? There's lots more places up here to go. Okay, I love it.
private club. I'm at a private club. This is all changed too.
Very changed.
Yeah, beautiful color. Now I can see straight ahead of me, I'm heading to the cocktail bar.
Absolutely.
I love these signs. No way. Oh my goodness. No way. No. Oh, you saved the best for last. No way. I almost want to cry. Oh my gosh. This is not what I was expecting.
Really?
What? This is, I just want to move in here. Do you have a room available? Can I just move in and then I'm going to come down here and make myself a drink? You kept
The bells. Kept the bells.
Oh my gosh.
They've all been polished up. We've rewired them. They don't actually go upstairs. Otherwise my husband would be asking for a gin and tonic. But they do look as though they work.
Oh my gosh. All of these bells. They're incredible. I literally cannot get my head around this. I remember like this was completely empty. Maybe there was like a table in here or something.
Yes, there was.
Completely sort of.
And then this was completely empty with a really long table. It was the servant's table all the way down. Yeah.
Okay, let's start here first. This, I'm gonna go behind the bar because I want oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. This is incredible. It's like, I mean, it's like a private club down here as well. Do you know what I mean?
Yes,
with all the different rooms.
Definitely wanted a bit of the old Annabelle's.
Yeah, that's the vibe I'm getting. So all of a sudden you're coming for a big event, whether it's a wedding or it's a 50th or it's a big birthday party or it's a 21st or it's just you want to have a big family celebration. You come down here and what's so nice is that you have all these different rooms which are like pockets. It feels very like intimate, but yet you've got your space. And
well, hopefully, you know, you've got the slightly older generation who want to hear a bit more, can sit down here. Then you've got the younger lot wanting to sit in the cook's room. Music going on. The music comes all the way through all the speakers. And so, yes.
Oh my gosh.
Good drink?
I know. Well, you've got my favorite beer here, Beer Moretti. So it's fantastic. Wait, let's go to that. This bar is incredible. Look at you. You've got like, is this?
Those are beer pumps, but I wanted it to look like a cocktail bar, not a beer bar.
Yeah.
So they go straight through to the wall behind because I didn't want the distraction of.
You're so good at this. This is so good. Oh my gosh. What? Okay, and the bells. No, this is amazing. Oh my, it's literally like going into an Annabelle's, a private club, you know.
So all these things all have come from the house already. So they were already here. Then it seemed quite fun to put some gold in the background. Yes, all the little pots.
Love it. Yeah, I love it. Just a little bit of subtle gold. It's nice. And this fabric, fantastic.
Well, it has to hide anything if it's going to be spilt, because it is, after all, a party venue.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. I mean, can I just ask, what was your inspiration in creating this? Because you really have been the brains behind this.
Yes, I mean, I think I was trying to make the rooms themselves be the inspiration, if you know what I mean, really trying to say, well, how can we do it? It was definitely an old Annabelle's vibe that I was going for, but then I was like, right, what are the ingredients? We've got the dark green from the woodwork, we need some books, because that's kind of the old Annabelle's kind of chilling out room. And then what have we got to put in that makes it, give it this vibe? I mean, that's really what it was, but I'm lucky and I'm quite visual, so I had quite a clear idea about what I wanted to achieve.
Because this is a lot of work. I mean, Cara, this is when I look around and I even look at those like little sort of grills right there. Do you mean like just the detail?
That's the bass speaker.
Oh, is that the bass? That's what I'm saying. Do you mean, that's amazing. Like you've been able to encase that and then put really clever sort of almost looking like sort of brass.
Yeah, they are exactly what they are. They're brass grills.
Yeah, brass
But it's
grills.
just trying to keep it. My thing was had to 1920s or end of the 1800s, as much as we possibly could. But obviously, clearly mixing it with the modern, because gas lighting would be a bit of an issue.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, clever club chairs right there. Really cool club chairs. Sofas where people can just sit down, you know, take a break, whatever it is, and speak, as you were saying, chat.
But then if we want to use it for corporate, we've also got a screen that comes down from the ceiling and a projector. So when you've had an event, if someone wants to put on a video of childhood memories, or at the wedding to have the quick snaps or something like that, or they want to use it for a corporate event and put on a presentation, they can do that as well. But so you can mix it for corporate as well as party, as well as, we're trying to make it as flexible as possible.
Yeah, exactly. And that's so clever. And you've thought of everything. I mean, I literally just go around the room and I think I would not have been able to do this. I can tell you that. That's why I'm unbelievably impressed, because you've literally thought of everything, like every detail. Now, I did see something else you thought of. Oh, the corner eye over there.
The loos.
The loos.
Always really important.
And are they swanky loos?
Yes,
So,
swanky loos.
I mean, I would expect nothing less than that. What? Okay. I love this color.
This colour, it's a colour that we liked. It was quite calm and quite...
It is quite calm. Look at this.
Old photos of the house. And this was an amazing man. This man's mother was the cook here, who's called Mr. Lacey, Ginger Lacey. His mother was the cook.
No.
And this is him. He was one of the major fighter pilots in the Second World War. So it's really nice to have his photo that was already hanging in the house.
Fantastic. See, you've
perfect.
thought of everything. So I walk down here, I go to the ladies' loo.
Here are the ladies.
Oh. I mean, I've just arrived and I love it already. The floor, though, I've noticed.
This was the original floor in the china cupboard.
So this was the china cupboard.
So this was the china cupboard. This is the only new door we've put in because we had to access it so people could come in. And then the loos were the housekeeper's room.
Okay, all right, let's go into the loos.
Okay.
Shall we?
The ladies.
This is beautiful, absolutely beautiful. And I love, is it William Morris?
It's William Morris.
I
Yes.
mean, it's fantastic. So many loos, well done. Women need a lot of loos.
And a seat to sit on.
Oh yeah, it's fantastic. And so many this is beautiful. I actually feel like I'm in a London club. So then, obviously you built all the different loos. I mean, she had a good sized room, the housekeeper's room. And this is a nice sized bedroom.
Yeah.
Now it's a nice sized loos. Perfect. All right, men's. Let's go see the men's. Okay, I love the flagstones.
Yes, these are all the original flagstones, so there wasn't any point in changing them.
No, they're fantastic. Okay.
And then into the men's.
Quite excited. I'm going to the men's bathroom. Wow. Okay, now, original fireplace.
Original fireplace. Yes, absolutely.
Lovely.
No point in getting rid of anything that creates atmosphere.
Exactly. So then what was this room?
I think it's a workshop.
Right.
Things, or it could have been storage, not quite sure on this one. It recently has been used as a joiner's shop.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Fantastic. And now it's men's loos. And can we just discuss this once again? Absolutely brilliant color.
This one is Hopper. So, and yeah, it looks a bit like Kermit, but you know,
I
it's
like
quite fun.
Kermit, so I'm super happy with this color. And the wallpaper, William Morris?
Is William Morris again, but it's a Ben Pentreath one, so it's a bit more up to date.
Yeah.
But it's the whole William Morris. I wanted to keep the base, you know, looking a bit like upstairs, using a few of the things. So we weren't totally out of character down here.
No, I mean, it's just, do people come here and just give you like 10-star reviews? I mean, I'm not even having a party here and I want to write a review.
Well, it's quite new days, but yes, so far it's been really, really well received. But I think it's drinks time now.
I think, yeah, we've done the loos. It's now time for a drink, that is for sure.
Over a drink, I had the chance to speak with Cara in more detail about the spectacular and innovative transformation.
Well,
cheers.
Cheers, Cara. What an incredible, job and what you've been able to achieve in what I kind of think as a short period. I mean, when I came here, I thought definitely this is going to take a couple of years, but you've managed to get it all done in a year.
Yeah, literally a year and a day the builders were here. So we had a lot of builders working throughout the whole thing at a lot of the time. So several overlapping conversations about paints and plumbings and security cameras and walls and damp, a lot of damp we found.
Of course, because how old is this part of the building that I'm in right now?
So this bit was put on in 1873. It was connecting the main house to some outbuildings that were existing. So we think the outbuildings were older and there was ice houses from the 1500s, but this bit I think is 1873. And they were brilliant. They were really good builders, but it doesn't stop the damp coming in and things like that. So
no, and it's also, these historic houses were built, you know, for reasons, most of them reasons to show off their wealth and power, to be a place of entertaining. They could have all their friends and arrive, and when their friends would arrive, and again, this is pre-Second World War, they would have their friends, they'd be entertaining their friends would arrive with their servants.
Yes.
And so you'd have a huge household.
Yes.
And for the weekend, for these long weekends, and you'd have to entertain, and you'd have to have the staff for it.
Yes. And then also this bit has, you know, we would have had a huge amount of staff in here, then it stopped after the Second World War, then nothing happened. It was used for storage until, you know, last year. And so it has been therefore damp and not used. And because it wasn't used, it's sort of decayed a bit. But actually the structure was good, the floors were good, the windows were good. So we've been really lucky to be able to catch up, because if you leave it too long, as you know, the whole place crumbles.
Exactly. And when you moved into Birdsall House and you saw these, you know, kitchens that hadn't been used since the Second World War, was this a project that you were thinking we need to do something about this area?
I think I didn't think about it immediately, but when, you know, you start developing the events business, you start seeing where the gaps are in what you can offer. And we were offering weddings, but then we couldn't have dancing because the historic fabric of the building upstairs was too delicate. So therefore we were asking our couples to hire a marquee, but a marquee was going up and since in price, and since COVID it's gone up extraordinarily in price. So I was then having to artificially keep my prices either the same or lower to encompass the cost of the marquee. It was ridiculous. So then we started looking at alternatives of what we could do, and the idea started ticking that this place already existed and wouldn't it be amazing? And yes, it did need input and hard work and financial input to it, but then we had something that the house was used, we could make money from it. It was a better offering to all our clients.
Yes,
So
exactly.
yes, it seemed to make sense.
Yeah, and going back to, again, how these houses were used, you know, pre-Second World War, we know that these houses were used for, again, entertainment. The aristocracy, they had lots of their friends, they had their staff coming. Second World War stopped all of that.
Yeah.
And really it's the generation above us and our generation, of course, who have inherited, if you like, these houses, which on the one hand, of course, is a wonderful blessing, but on the other hand, there's so much upkeep that needs to be done that you're constantly looking for the leaks, what needs to be repaired, what needs to be stabilized, what needs to be restored. And also because they're listed building, we can't just bulldoze down a wall or
you've got to really
a wing.
carefully explain how you're going to use something, and every pound you put in has got to produce a good pound back, because there's no point investing something if you're not going to make it work on a business front. So we've all had to adapt, and this house, we now do events here, but I've still got my family and 3 teenagers living here, so we're all very much part of it. But as they get older, they can help as well, and it's a great honour to keep it, but it's hard work.
No, it's I think it's harder work than anybody can possibly imagine. And of course, again, it goes back, yes, we're fortunate because we're the custodians of these wonderful buildings, but it's so much hard work because we want to make sure that it's preserved for future generations. And that's why we always have to think sort of out of the box, like what what can I do to this building or to the wider estate that's going to help to bring in the income, which will then help with the fabric of the building.
Yeah.
And that's what you've had to really think about.
But also we've had to think about what our son is going to inherit. And with this, I hope that we have left him something that he can use, but if he can't use it, then he could take it back to exactly what it was before. We haven't done anything so structural that he couldn't do that.
Right.
But I hope that he would look on this as a good thing. You know, many decisions were made in the past and we would question them now, but they were made with the good intention that they had at the time. And I hope that this, our good intention now, will be seen as a long-term good intention.
Yes, no, of course. And I absolutely, I mean, I've just done the most magnificent tour with you, and this is really good investment. And also because times have changed so much so that we're no longer living in these big houses by ourselves. Yes, you've got your 3 teenage kids here, your husband as well, but we want the public to come in. We've opened up the doors after the Second World War, and we said, please come and view the fabric of the building, the architecture, the history that lives within, the archives, but also to enjoy the space.
Yes.
And that's what you've done here as well. Come into this beautiful, incredibly extraordinary building filled with history, but have a good time.
Yes, very, very much so. And I think we hope that it's a unique space in Yorkshire. We hope that it's got a massive, intrigue about it. What is it? No one else knows what it is. It's a little bit prohibition, as 1920s. It's like, okay, we're going up to this sort of old, grand, stately home, but actually if you turn right and go down the steps, it's quite fun. And where did you have your party? And, we hope that it'll be quite a draw for people where there isn't the space like this.
No, there's not. Here. There's not around here, and it's really hard. I travel and visit lots of other historic houses, and many of us have outbuildings that are used for events. For example, we have a stable block that's used for our events, or you'll use marquees, but never really in the house. I mean, I'm in your house.
In the basement, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Do you know what I mean?
Which my children think is great, because then they can come downstairs and they've got a bar and a comfy sofa with their friends. So yes, I think they'll be using it as well.
But that is just incredibly clever of you to think of it that way. How can we be a little bit different that people can enjoy the house? So you can have the event or the weddings in the house, but your dancing and all of the partying is just
well, then they don't need to worry, because I found that people were worrying upstairs because I was worrying, they were worrying because of the fabric of the building. Right. Come down here, the gloves are off, and the party happens.
Right, and the party happens.
Yeah.
So last question. I know that you have been just instrumental in this project getting off the ground, and you've overseen every little bit of detail as I walk around, every little bit of detail. So, okay, 2 questions. Have you slept in the past year? And now that you've finished, do you feel that you have this sigh of relief, or are you looking forward to the next legacy project?
I think this is our big legacy project. I think my husband and I have been working really hard on it. He's done some bits that I don't like the plumbing and the wiring. I've done the visuals and everything that you can see and the ideas behind it. I hope this is our big legacy project, but never say never. Wasn't much sleep, need to catch up on that, but never say never.
What a brilliant just event space to use, and it's just so unique.
Oh, I'm so pleased that you came back to see the end of the project, having seen the beginning of it.
I know, and that to me is just what I absolutely wanted to do and not leave it too long, and it's wonderful that you've just opened, I've just got in here. Do you know what I mean? Just to see it in all of its glory, and to be able to witness the before and after as well. I think coming into a project, had I not seen the before, I probably wouldn't have appreciated what you have done to it, but I witnessed the before, and I thought to myself, no, how is she going to do this? And you've just done it magnificently.
Well, I think a lot of people down here can't appreciate what it was like before.
Right.
Some people have seen it, so they know the difference, but a lot of people who come from now on won't know quite what we had before.
Right.
But that's our secret.
It's okay. It's all well documented, though. We've got a film about it.
Oh, yes. Well, there we have. Brilliant. We'll just show them yours.
Exactly. Anyway, thank you, Cara. What a treat. And I can't wait to come back and sort of dance the night away.
Not on camera.
Yeah, not on camera. Exactly. I'll leave the cameras at home.